everybody, welcome back, and on today's episode I will be making pumpkin dumpling, so stay tuned. Here are the utensils you'll need. Don't forget your knife because I sure did. And here are the ingredients you'll need. Now let's cook. Okay, so first you're gonna clean up your pumpkin. I'm really just trying to get all that old skin off. And now I'm gonna peel my pumpkin because I don't want to use the skin for this recipe. Now that it's peeled, I'm gonna go ahead and grater it using that small side of the grater. This isn't working. What we're gonna do now is we're just gonna cut up the pumpkin and we're gonna go ahead and use a blender instead. It's way easier to use a blender, so let's do that. Alright, so I'm gonna put the pumpkin in the blender. Don't put too much at once because you just don't want to overfill the blender. Go ahead and blend. Oh, and please add a little bit of water. Alright, so this is what it should be looking like, nice and smooth. Now I'm gonna sift some flour in a bowl. Get a deep enough bowl because you'll be moving your hand around a lot. And I'm using a strainer to do this. Here I'm using approximately 2 cups of flour. We didn't get much lumps, that's good. Now I'm just creating a pit in the middle of the bowl. Move the flour to the side because I'm gonna be pouring the pumpkin puree into the middle, and then I'm gonna go ahead and knead. Okay, so you can take note of how this is done. I just gotta mention that me and my grandma came up with this recipe when I was a teenager. We were just looking for something new to cook because we got tired of we grew up in I grew up in Portland in the countryside, and we didn't really have access to a lot of different foods, so we just made the best of what we had. We weren't hungry, we just couldn't get all the stuff that you could find in like a modern day grocery store. I just added a little bit more flour to the dough. If your dough is ever too soft, just go ahead and add more flour because you want to get it as stiff as possible. Whenever you can put your finger in the dough like that and have it come out, that means it's ready. So I'm going to go ahead and just lay this aside. I have a lot of pumpkin puree left, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put it in a bag and then freeze it because I can use it for more pumpkin dumpling or soup. So it's a good idea to just store the rest. You don't want to waste your pumpkin. Now I'm putting some water on the stove to boil. I didn't put any salt in the flour because I'm going to put salt in the water, and I don't like to use a lot of salt. So I put the salt in the water. It helps it to boil faster. And I stir the water and leave it to boil. By the way, that was about a tablespoon of salt. So I love mackerel, so with my pumpkin dumpling, I'm gonna go ahead and prepare some mackerel. But that's not the main feature today, so I will be doing that off camera. Okay, so while you leave your water to boil, you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna roll your dumplings. You're gonna pinch a piece off, not too big, not too small, like this, and you're gonna roll it. Okay, and you're gonna continue to do that until all your dough is rolled into a ball. Here's the finished results. So because I put it aside for a little while, it got a bit soft, so I'm gonna go ahead and dust some flour over it, and then I'm gonna go ahead and roll it into a dumpling. And this is what it looks like. you're gonna press the middle and you're gonna play with it around, and you're gonna, what am I saying? You're gonna use the side of your palm to flatten the dumpling, and then you can pull it from the middle while you turn it. Yes, there you go. And you're gonna repeat that until the whole thing is done. And then you're gonna put your dumpling in the pot of boiling water. As soon as you do this, you wanna stir it because it will get stuck to the pot. The rule of thumb is that when the dumplings start to float, that means it's finished. But I'll say give it about 8 to 10 minutes, and then you'll be really sure that you're not eating a pasty dough. Alright, let's take a second to admire my tin mackerel. And there you have it, the finished results, and I guarantee you this is delicious. Okay, so go ahead and give the recipe a try. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.